Week number 9. We're at week 9 already. Start bench advice show. The eve show of actually Sunday football week 9, where we do the start bench, start sit stuff. We're watching the World Series. I'm not the biggest baseball guy, I'll tell you, but I watch the World Series. And this is a good one. This game 7's crazy. 5-4. Dodgers are up. 1 out. Bottom of the 11th. Pretty crazy. Pretty wild game. Again, not a big baseball guy. This is an exciting game. So we'll keep tabs on this as we go. Yeah, Meatloaf. We'll do a Meatloaf call regardless of who wins this game. But I feel like a lot of Dodger fans are in the building right here. I feel like it's mostly Dodger fans up in here. We're breaking it all down and more. Reaction to that game, if you will. Start bench advice week 9 begins right now. File on in. The Fantasy Football Show Graveyard Edition begins right now.
You're watching a
Graveyard Stream.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news
We
breaks.
got Waddle news, too. This Waddle trade rumor stuff has been kind of hot today. And I put this up on my Instagram. I'd be very curious to know what you guys think. Shout out the team you would love Waddle to go to. Not a super high likely chance that this goes down, but enough has been being talked about in regards to this Waddle situation that it's definitely a possibility. If New England brings a Thunder type offer, this brings the Thunder, it certainly could happen. Now, New England or Miami's saying that there's no interest in shopping him, but they'll answer the phone. They'll entertain it, according to Schefter, Annie, and Rappaport. But the interesting part is we got word that it will require a first-round pick and maybe some more in order to get him, which indicates that they're willing to trade him. You know, if that information is true. Will the New England Patriots, and they should, look at Waddle and say, look, this guy is actually a really good receiver that's never been really given a shot. And if he lands in mother freaking New England with Drake May tossing him the rock, this could be sky's the limit type situation for Waddle. Waddle would go from a, I don't know, borderline high, like super high-end wide receiver 3 that can fluctuate down to a low-end wide receiver. I'm sorry, super high-end wide receiver 2 that can fluctuate down to a low-end wide receiver 2. So somewhere between wide receiver 13 and 20-something. He really has that kind of range. If you don't believe me, ask a Waddle owner who contemplates starting him from week to week. I truly believe that if Waddle landed in New England, he would go through the roof in value. He would become a bona fide wide receiver 1 in fantasy. He'd become the bona fide number 1 for Drake May in the future years and probably this year as well. And he'd probably be in some people's top 7 to like 12. I'm not saying he would for sure finish there. Again, 1 out, bottom of the 11th. Dodgers 5, Toronto 4. This is getting interesting here. I venture to say we got a Patreon League trade, by the way. In the Patreon League, what is this trade? This trade that went down. Jordan Love for Caleb Williams and 25 fab dollars. Gotta say, I don't know that I like that Caleb Williams side. I don't know what we're doing there. What are we thinking there? Jordan Love might be a backup. 25 fab dollars for what? Maybe you're dropping a big fab drop and you needed some extra quiche, potentially. Let's get to these super chats as well, and then we'll get through as much start bench content as we can. I would like to see as many of you drop your prediction. There it is. It's over. Dodgers win. Wow. There you go. Celebrate. Meatloaf call. I smell meatloaf. Congrats, LA. Congrats. That's good news for you guys. That's fantastic. So here we are talking Waddle now. Let's get serious. Waddle, where do you want him? Drop a landing spot. You want Waddle in New York. You want Waddle in Buffalo so Josh Allen can misuse him. Do you want him in New England where he can become a bona fide wide receiver 1? Do you want Waddle in Indy where he can play with Indiana Jones? Do you want Waddle in Pittsburgh where he can go wither way and become another? They're not going to use him right over there in Pittsburgh. They got DK too. Yeah, Dodgers win. Dodgers win. Dodgers win. Congrats to all of you. This is going to be crazy. Yeah, hopefully there's no riots, in the coming hours. That was a good game 7 though. That was a really good game 7. That foul or that near home run collision was unbelievable. That's going to be all over everywhere. That's going to be, I don't know, will that be in the front page maybe? New England best spot for sure. Yeah, I agree. New England is probably Indy's a good landing spot. I like some of these landing spots. Indy would be interesting for sure for the long term. I mean, he really would be. I like Pittman. Pittman's been doing good. Dodgers win. Dodgers win. Congrats to all you Dodger fans. Let's get to these super chats real quickly. Mate dropped Godwin. Is he worth the roster spot? Totally depends on who you got to drop. Not really that interested. Start ETN or Ladd in the flex spot. I would go ETN if you need, I think, a bigger swing. Ladd's probably pretty safe, but I'd say ETN for a bigger swing. A little bit more risk because of the workload lately. But I'd say if you want safety, then Ladd's probably your guy. So high risk, high reward, ETN, steady Eddie. Go Laddie boy. Non-PPR, Drake London or Trey McBride. I'd go London for high risk, high reward, Drake London for steady Eddie. Some of these calls are so close, you got to lean with what you need. You want a guy with a big swing. PPR, Flex, Dowdle, Tracy, Henderson, Harvey, or Manungai. This is tough between Hendy, Manungai, and Dowdle. Almost a situation where you got to make a trade type of situation. I'll probably lean toward Henderson and then Dowdle, Manungai being tied with Manungai with a slight edge because of the matchup for Dowdle, but love all three of them. You got a big dilemma on your hands that you've got this kind of problem. Chat, vote on this. Dowdle, Manungai, or Henderson, or Tracy. Please vote. At least 10 votes in the live chat. Start 3, ETN. I assume that's Chase Brown. Warren, I assume that's Jaylen Warren. Could be Tyler Warren. You got to be clear, bro. You got to put the initials there at least. Tracy, I'd probably say ETN, Chase Brown, and if it's Tyler Warren, Tyler Warren. If it's Jaylen Warren, give me Tracy. But pretty close between Tracy and Jaylen Warren. Kind of trust your gut on that one. Dowdle with the tough matchup this week, or do I sit him for Gadsden? I'd probably say Gadsden if I've got that option, but I don't sit Dowdle lightly, but Gadsden's a damn good play. 10-man PPR, Henderson, Bam Knight, Debo, MHJ, 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. I need to sit 1. Thank you. Probably sitting, I'd probably sit Bam Knight. I'd rather start MHJ over Bam. Bam is supposed to get the start, but it was Carter who ran with the ones for 2 straight practices on Thursday and Friday. So I don't know. I don't care if Bam gets the start. You don't know if he's going to get all the work. And MHJ, at least, you have the fact that I think the Cardinals will be throwing from behind. And so MHJ gets maybe some more potential opportunities. But, man, that's a tough call. I don't know. Bam Knight or Gadsden. Gadsden for me. Anything can happen, Thomas. But, you really trusting Bam Knight over Gadsden? I couldn't. Need help, 4-4, 2 flex. I don't care if it's a Dallas Cowboy matchup. You have a Cardinal organization and coaching staff and team that you got to trust on this one. Need help, 4-4, 2 flex league. Second to last in points for having to start Mooney and Washington as my flexes. I was offered Tet and Tay for Rice. No, I like Devontae Adams. I do, but no, I'm not trading Rice. No way. $20 hauler from my boy Kurt. Kurt with the 20 watt on screen. Kurt, love you, pal.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Kurt says, Smitty, let's drop the fire tonight. 1 flex, Bam, Bill, or Mason. Not great choices. Here I would go Bam Knight. Kurt, here I would go Bam Knight. Bill and Mason are not easy to trust either, and at least you got the Dallas Cowboy matchup, but hopefully you got another option somewhere that you forgot about. I don't know. That's a tough one. Bam's not bad, though. That's not a bad play, I suppose. Sharbs or Shakir. I would go Sharbs, but anything's possible. Play Monangai or Chase Brown. I go probably Chase Brown with Flacco playing. If something happens to Flacco pregame, he's scheduled to play, slated to play, then you switch it. But Monangai might be a tad safer, but Chase Brown's been on fire. You know, he's been great. So I wouldn't sit Chase Brown. I'd find a way to play Monangai. I'm not telling you to sit Monangai. You're just asking me, you know, in a vacuum, which player do I like a little more? I'm going Chase Brown, but I love Monangai. I'm starting Monangai in a lot of places. Start 3 in full PPR, Kyron, Chase Brown, and Hendy. But honestly, Monangai and Chase Brown again. Chat, vote Chase Brown or Monangai. Please vote in the chat, please. Chase Brown, Monangai. Start Woody or Harvey. Woody. He's off the injury report. P. Ryan, Michael Carter, or Tootin. Probably, this is horrible. Probably Carter, but Tootin's high risk. Highest risk you can find, but a little bit more upside. But I'd probably say, you know, you're probably safer going with the matchup for the Cardinals. Can give Vidal and Benson. What can I get for Vidal and Benson? Not much. Maybe you could throw both of them together to get. You could give one of them for, you know, or you could give Vidal for. Maybe you get lucky and get an Adams. Maybe you get a Pickens. Maybe you get a Garrett Wilson injured. Maybe you get a ETN. Maybe you get a Dowdle. Maybe you get a Marks. Something like that. I don't know that Benson's going to get you that. Both of them could need the win next 2 weeks. That would be solid. You could also, you got Pickens. You got Adams. Rome would be another one, but you got them all. ETN. I just listed off as many. Genty, maybe. Dowdle, Marks. Yeah, those are the only guys you could potentially. You could maybe try and upgrade AJB with one of them to go get a Nico or something like that. Nico would be attainable. Ibuka, something like that. Better question is Fergie or Gadsden. It's not a better question. It's Gadsden for me. Anything can happen, but PPR need two running backs in a flex. Hunt, Warren, Hendy, Dowdle, Debo. Give me the last 3. 2 flex, yeah. Give me the last 3. Plug them in, bro. Sit 2, Higgins, London, BTJ, Waddle, Sutton, or Wandell, Sutton. I'd probably sit, T. Higgins is hard to sit with Flacco in there. I'd probably say Sutton, tough matchup, Wandell, sit those 2 bad boys. Unfortunately, anything can happen, though. Trust your gut, Hendy or Sutton. Going Hendy, Sutton's got an awful matchup. And Hendy's going to finally get unlocked. And I don't think you want to have him on your bench during that, bro. That would be a painful thing to watch. I'm not saying it won't be painful to start him and him not do anything. But what can I give up for Vidal Benson? Okay, guys, if you have any other ideas for Vidal Benson, shoot those out for our boy. Another player could be, you know, Jacobs potentially. Don't have a kicker now. Should I take a 0 to keep my stash players or drop 1? Pick my starters, 2 flex, 1 QB. Allen, Kyron, Genty, Monangai if you can get him in there, for sure. Judkins on a bye. Lamb, Rice, Booker's on a bye. So Lamb, Rice, no doubt. And then Debo if you need a third receiver, if you need a third player and it can be running back and you can't start Debo unless he's the flex, then I guess I go Monangai over Debo. And do you cut anybody worldwide? And thank you for the $20 holler, by the way.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Guy drops a $20 holler. I don't even acknowledge it. Thank you, Wes. Appreciate you. This is not this is a different Wes, by the way. It's a worldwide Wes. Worldwide, I'd probably say, damn, my boy, this is a tough one. I don't think you can really drop anyone that you've listed at least. Rashard Smith, I guess. Yeah, and I guess I'm not taking a 0 unless you're really confident you're going to win this game. I'd probably say if you're pretty confident you could win this game without, then try. You could always push it till Monday night too. Or no, you got to. If your league allows you to drop a player that's played, I don't know if your league is set up that way. I don't know, man. If you had to drop somebody, the drop is Rashard Smith. But man, what if he goes crazy? And he could. He absolutely could. Pickens, trade Genty, Pickens, Hendy for Lamb, Chase Brown, JK. Genty, Pickens, Hendy. I'd take the Lamb side. I think you got to, bro. Adams or Monungai. I'm not sitting Adams. I love Monungai. I'm not telling you to sit Monungai either. But do you think Mrs. Fantasy season, no IR slot? Do I think Hunter? No, Hunter's ACL is intact. Everything should be good. You definitely got to hold him. Start one running back. Mike Carter or Wilson or Jennings. Terrell Jennings. Oh, God, that's awful. Awful. I guess Michael Carter. But I don't. There's got to be a better option out there. Booty, Ingram for Rico. Of course. If you like winning, Austin. ETN for Vidal and Benson. I'd rather have ETN if you can get your hands on Tootin. But if not, Vidal's pretty damn good, bro. Smitty, start Dak or Daniel Jones. I'd probably go Dak. Also need one running back, one wide receiver, two flex. Genty, Hendy, one running back, so two flex. So Genty, Hendy, London, Ladd, and Chase Brown in that order. Navage. That's a tough call, though. I mean, how do you sit Ladd? You could go Ladd. Let's see, London. Oh, I did say Ladd. London, Ladd are the two wide receivers. Okay, so one wide receiver is London. The one running back is Genty. The one flex is Hendy. The second flex is, so we're leaving Vidal or Chase Brown out. I don't know. Chat vote on this one. Who are the one wide receiver and two flexes? Okay, one running back, one wide receiver, two flex. So I'm going to go Hendy, Genty, London, Vidal for safety, Chase Brown or Ladd for higher risk, higher reward, Vidal for safety. Navage, that's really tough. If anybody wants to, can you guys look at this question right here? I'll leave it here in the corner. Can everybody list their favorite options for him? One running back, one wide receiver, two flex. It's so close. You know, trades are advisable when you're in this kind of situation. They don't have a kicker. Thank you again, Wes, for the $20 hauler. Go Bucks. Appreciate your $20 hauler as well.
Alert. Super chat alert.
It's my boy. Need your opinion. Two running backs and a flex. 10 teams, 3-5 record. Two running backs and a flex. Okay. So CD Rice obviously is great. James Cook is your need my running back two and a flex. Okay, I'm need on my running back two and a flex. Okay, so Rice, you have Dowdle and Hendy on the bench. Start at running back two or flex. Flex is London, agreed. Dowdle, Hendy. Give me Hendy. The Dowdle matchup's tough. Dowdle might have to sit this game. Unless somebody wanted to put Vidal on the bench and put Dowdle in. But I think the matchup is okay to sit Dowdle. He could go off. I really think he could go off. But I'm fine with that. With the way you have it, throw Hendy in. Stafford, thank you again for the super chat. Stafford, Genty, Hall, Jettas, Rice, London, Buka, DK, Ingram. Traded my Jettas, DK, and Bam for JSN Diggs. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. At first, I'm taking a deep breath. It's JJ. Your mind automatically goes like this, but JSN, you draft ahead of JJ. DK's nice, but Diggs ain't bad. Diggs could be just as good. You know what I mean? Like, DK's not guaranteed. I love DK, but I don't love his situation. Trade Judkins for Bucky? No, I don't think so. You don't really fully know what's in store for Bucky yet. And you do with Judkins. His shoulder injury is not that big of a concern to me. Start two, Rico, Chase Brown. Trust your gut, because the news could flip on that. He could have a setback. His shoulder we could be being lied to about his shoulder. Rico, Chase Brown. Again, this comes down to Rico, Chase Brown, Monungai. Can I get two running backs from Rico, Chase Brown, Monungai? I want 10 votes. Rico, Chase Brown, Monungai. 10 votes, please. Pick two. Rico, Chase Brown, Monungai. Please help our boy Adam out. He needs your help. You like Debo over MHJ versus Dallas? I don't love it over. I like them both. I just don't trust Arizona that much. And I guess if we feel weird about Debo's heel in the morning or anything of that nature, we maybe swing back in and put in MHJ. But I mean, trusting MHJ against Dallas and trusting another player against Dallas are two different things. Rico, Chase Brown, Monangai, Chase Brown. You guys aren't giving me two, though. Chase Brown, Monangai. I think most of everybody's wanting Chase Brown and Monangai. It seems to be. No, Rico, Chase Brown, Rico, Chase Brown, Monangai. Chase Brown is getting the nods. You lock in Chase Brown. But it's really between Monangai and Rico. Monangai's safer. Rico's higher risk, higher reward. Guy could get you 200 yards rushing. But he's got a tough matchup. So Monangai is a bit safer. So use the chat, Adam, as a guide because I'm on the fence anyway. And that should really help you. Guys, can we get 10 votes on this one? MHJ versus the Cowboys. Or do you like Debo Samuel back with JD5 with maybe a heel injury, maybe not. We don't really know how good Debo is going to, or how much he's going to be hampered. But do we trust the Cardinals at all? Even though they've got this Dallas matchup, we got Brissett going in there, the Briskinator. Do we trust MHJ over Debo Samuel? Please vote at least 10 votes on that one. Debo Samuel. There you go. 560 in here. Please hit that thumb up button. Yeah, we only have 70 thumbs up, but we have 564 people on YouTube, about 100 on X. Please get over on YouTube if you're on X, and please hit that thumb up button. Debo won the vote. I agree, but, we'll watch for an injury in the morning. Drop Bourne, Chubb, Gainwell, Algier got starters for running backs for defense. Drop Bourne, Chubb, Gainwell. I drop Gainwell. I think he's the worst player here. Anything can happen. I like the way he looked in his one, big-time workload outing this year, but we haven't really seen enough to. Torrey Horton or Slayton. This might be a Horton week, but I would go Slayton probably. Chat, Slayton or Torrey Horton? Sup, Smitty, Husseini in the building. Thoughts on I had Dart in all week and just benched him for Caleb. I have JD5 in, but scared of re-injury. Is it dumb to start Nix or Brissett over JD? I'm not sitting JD5. I'm not saying it's dumb to do that, but I'm not sitting JD5. If you're going to sit someone, sit Caleb, hasn't thrown a touchdown pass in 2 games straight. Don't sit JD5. But I'm not saying Nix is a good play. It's Houston, but I think, I don't mind Dart and JD5. Guys, are we going Dart and JD5 or are we going to go Caleb and JD5 or Bo Nix? So Caleb, Bo Nix, or Dart, please vote for Husseini. Caleb, Bo Nix, or Dart. Pick one. Caleb, Bo Nix, Dart. Husseini needs your help. Husseini's calling for you. He needs your help. $20 hauler from RS dropping a wad.
Super chat alert.
That's right. It's my boy right here. RS saying JD5 or Drake May. Drake May's safer. He's been playing great all year. Debo and Hunter Henry in my lineup, so I have to stack either way. Yeah, I'm not even worried too much about that, but I would go Drake May. He's just been safe. And JD5's still coming back from injury, so will he be as explosive on the ground? I don't know. I'm not saying that you won't live to regret that. It's a tough call sitting JD5, but Drake May's been top 5 all year. Someone dropped Garrett Wilson, drop T-Mac for him. I'm not going to say drop T-Mac for him, but I will say you better get him. Drop a kicker or work out a trade last second or something, but I am not saying to drop T-Mac, but you do need to grab him. In a vacuum, I like him more than T-Mac, but I'm not going to say the words or utter the words drop T-Mac. You make another trade, drop another player. Would you trade away CMC and Devontae Smith for Jamar Chase and Kyron? I think I'm trying to get Jamar Chase and Kyron straight up for CMC because I feel like that's what I've been telling you guys to do all along, and everybody comes to me with these 2-for-2s, and that's not how you trade CMC. But Chase and Kyron's pretty good. Devontae Smith's been balling out though, bro, and AJ Brown's hurt, so I think you need to take Devontae Smith out and say you want to do this trade. I'll give you CMC, but you're getting just CMC. That's the only way to trade him. My McBride, BTJ Hendy for Rico, Kraft, and Addison. McBride, BTJ Hendy for Rico, Kraft. It's pretty dead even, bro. McBride over Kraft by a little bit. And Rico probably over BTJ by a little bit. Or you could say Rico and Hendy pretty even. And then BTJ, Addison, I'd rather have BTJ by a hair. Dead even. Trust your gut, Robbie. I'm even doing you a disservice by telling you an answer because I'm just forcing it. My gut immediately wants to go to the McBride Hendy side. But I love Rico. I like Kraft a lot. I'm going to go McBride Hendy if that's what I would do. That's what I would do, but you need to trust your gut on this one because I'm forcing an answer, but I would lean that way. Sutton, Vidal, Warren, Wandell, sit one. I assume this is Jaylen Warren. You guys got to be clear. You guys put Warren every time. I have no idea which Warren. I have no idea which Williams you guys are talking about half the time. I would say sit Wandell if that's Jaylen Warren. I don't know. If it's Tyler Warren, of course you play Tyler Warren. Wandell, probably Wandell, I guess. Anything can happen, though. Wandell's not bad. Wandell or Jaylen Warren, guys. Jaylen Warren or Wandell. Please vote. Trey Tucker and with Myers trade. Where do we rank Trey Tucker with a Myers trade? If it happens, I don't know. Move him up like 5 spots, from into a lower end or a higher end wide receiver 4, 5, 6 value. I mean, I don't think he goes to the moon or anything, bro. Bowers is there. He's back, so that's where the balls are gonna get tossed and slung to, bro. Love the show. Thank you. Show loves you back. Thoughts on my first TD parlays. Manungai, Dart, Debo, Liget, Booty. Just for fun. Yeah, I don't know about Liget, bro. I'm not a big fan of rooting for here's mine. Thomas, you want to have mine? Here's my anytime. These are anytime rushing receiving touchdowns, though. Just so you know. Anytime rushing receiving touchdowns. Rice, Josh Allen, Gibbs, Tyler Warren, Trey Henderson, Bijan, Rico, Jamar Chase. Those are my anytimes. Start 2 PPR. Nico, Genti, Vidal, and Adunze. Probably Nico and Vidal for safety. Nico, Genti, if you want a little bit of spice. But Vidal's very, very safe. Nico, Vidal. But that's super close, bro. I mean, you probably should be making trades if during Buy-Mageddon or mini Buy-Mageddon you're looking at that kind of arsenal. I think you've got an ability to make a trade. Traded London for Bucky. I'm okay with that, but you're taking a risk for sure. Your running backs are Genti, Woody, Sharps, Mason. Okay, wide receivers are JSN. Yeah, I mean, you weren't like stacked at wide receiver. You're hurting. You just took your kind of I don't want to say overvalued wide receiver room is like overweighted. I mean, you had more value on the wide receiver side, and you just shifted over to the running back, but with a little bit of risk. I don't know. If Bucky returns, I like it. If he doesn't, you're going to be pissed, but that's the gamble you're taking, and I don't mind it. Yesterday, we talked about a trade for Bijan. I got a guy to throw in Brock Bowers also for Henry, Debo, DK. So you didn't really spell it out, Arthur. So it's Bijan and Brock Bowers for Henry, Debo, DK. Yeah, I love that. Start 1 this week, though, of Henry, Debo, DK. Henry. Always start Henry if you can. but you can't now. So I would say of Debo, DK, if I had to choose for this week, guys, Debo or DK. Can you vote, please? Debo or DK? Please vote. And then, do you mean Hendy, though? Because you say Debo, Hendy, Rico here, but you have Henry here. I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean here. But of these guys, start 1 of these guys. I would say, oh, no, I'm sorry. You traded Debo, Henry, DK. Gotcha. I'm sorry. Start 1 of these guys. Debo, Hendy, Rico. I'm confused, though. Is this this must be a different league. You're confusing the hell out of me, Arthur, because you just traded Debo away. So we're looking at this thing, and it must be a different question. Of these guys, I'd say Hendy. Hendy, then Rico in that order. But you're confusing the hell out of me. Appreciate you very much. Dart and Caleb is my opponent, Smitty. Dart and Caleb is my opponent, Smitty. I have JD5, Knicks, and Brissett. Okay. My opponent had Dart and benched him for Caleb. I got you. I'm starting JD5. Well, you have no choice but to start JD5. He's a potential top 5 quarterback. You have to start him. The question is Bo Nix or Brissett. Chat, let's redo this one. Bo Nix or Brissett? Bo Nix or Brissett? Please vote. Bo Nix or Brissett? You're starting JD5. Husseini, you have to. You can't sit him. Even if it didn't work out, it was the right move at the time. Nix or Dart tomorrow. Nix or Dart tomorrow, I'd probably say give me... Nix is such a tough matchup, but he's such a dog. I'd say Knicks. Dart is a nice play, but I'd say Knicks, my boy. Flex pick 2, Woody, Jennings, DK, Bourne. I'm gonna go Woody, and I assume that's Jawan Jennings. Rock out. You didn't clarify. There's 2 Jennings in the mix this week. I'd go DK probably regardless of which Jennings it is, but DK and Woody. Final answer. But tough calls. Those are all tough. And then we got the Briskinator, Bo Nix. Bo Nix is rushing upside. No Nix is Vanessa. Dart over Nix for Travis. I trust Sean Payton. Yeah, it's a tough matchup. It really is. But little story time. Once upon a time, the Vikings were shutting down everybody. Nobody was getting nothing on the Minnesota Vikings. And then, boom. I mean, anything can happen, guys, at any moment. Defense can look so lethal. They're shutting down everyone, and then they get lit up, and then things change. I mean, I don't know. Hard to say. Ray De La Torre dropping 1 gifted membership. My boy, Ray, appreciate you. And Rag is, or no, who's the guy? DK's the one that got it. DK, appreciate you, and Ray, appreciate Ray, DK, for getting you that gifted membership. Yeah, Dart's intriguing this week. It really is. And guys, if you want to tail my anytime rushing or receiving touchdowns on Underdog, play 5, get 5. Here's the link for that. I'll pin it in the live chat. Code Smitty gets it done. The link gets it done. Smash that link right there. There it is. Hit that link. Do it live. I pinned it in the live chat. These are, again, let me show you these touchdowns. They're rushing, receiving anytimes. So higher than 0.5, so that means 1. So Rushy Rice gets 1 receiving or rushing touchdown. Josh Allen, I believe this, yeah, $10 gets 1,000. So every $5 will get you like a little over 500. So if all those odds stay the same, but hit that. And then a couple of my favorite hires are in general are Woody Marks, 32.5 yards rushing. Trey Henderson, 55.5 rushing. And despite a tough matchup, we got our boy Rico at Green Bay in the morning, 54.5. Don't forget the daylight savings change at 2 a.m. this coming morning here in roughly 4 or 5 hours or whatever. It'll switch over and the games will start at 11 a.m. Arizona time. And they'll start at, 2 p.m.? Yeah, 1? I don't know. Whatever. Know your own daylight savings. I don't know. I'm in Arizona. You guys all move around me. Arizona doesn't move. $20 holler from Vlad.
Alert. Super chat alert.
I love when it goes to this 1 hour delay for me, though. My time zone doesn't change, but everybody else does, and so the games go from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's great. Stash Tootin or Isaiah Davis? Tootin. I'm just messing with you. Damn, Vlad. You imagine if I said Isaiah Davis, though, on this question, you'd be like, wait a minute, Smitty. But yeah, you got a thank you for the $20 holler, Vlad. Anything, I just want you to know that Tootin's not doing much until he gets the volume. I can't control that, but he's got that sleeping giant hidden value, explosive value. JD5 is my guy. I'll never bench him, but he needs to eat more cheeseburgers and milkshakes. Maybe he needs to get that old Pat Mahomes bod, you know. Hey Pat, can I borrow the bod? Because JD5, I mean, I think, what is he, 6'1"? I'm about 6'2" and a quarter. If I stood next to him, I almost guarantee you he looked like a twig. And I've dropped some LBs. I'm down to 203, but he is a twig. I don't think his legs are probably the size of this marker. So I agree with Husseini. He probably does have to put on some LBs. Yeah, he probably does. I don't disagree there. May or JD5. I'm leaning toward May, Jose. We've talked about that kind of a couple times already today. It's a very common question. May's been balling top 5 all year, like safety. JD5 is always going to have a little bit more of that upside and a little bit more risk, where May's going to be very steady. Pick one, Brashard Smith, Harvey, or Kareem Hunt. Hunt's probably your safest play. 12 points probably, but if you want a chance for 2 or 3 points, but a chance for 27, Harvey. But Hunt is safe. No doubt about it. Hunt brings a very, very safe a level of fantasy football value. Kyron or Monty, Abe. Abe, I'm just curious. Did Kyron do something to you? Like, what are we doing there? Anything can happen. So trust your gut, but like, why on earth are we talking about that? How is that the one question you decided to ask the chat? Is Kyron versus Monty? We sitting Kyron over Monty? Do I have a button for Kyron? I do. Do I have a button for Monty? I do not. I do not.
He's Kyron. He's 7 feet tall, and he knows how to handle a ball. He's Kyron. He can take frowns and turn them upside down with his touchdowns.
You've just
Got offer BTJ for my Debo. Chat, vote on this one. BTJ on the comeback tour. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, 4 games Hunter will miss. Will that be enough for BTJ to get his groove back? Is Debo going to get his groove back with JD5 back and McLaurin out for an unforeseen amount of time? Let's see what the chat votes on this one. I lean a little bit toward BTJ. I just like the upside a little more, Matty. I just think there's upside. There's upside that Debo can't really reach. Pick 2, Mooney, Bourne, Harvey, Washington, Ingram. Give me Harvey and give me, I guess Mooney is like a crafty play. Chat, if anybody thinks they do different, speak up now or rock out. Rock out's going to forever hold his peace. Got offer BTJ for Debo. I already did that one, Matty. Thank you. Appreciate you. It looks like the chat's leaning toward BTJ. Chris in the tough matchup says Bo Nix 350 and 3 TDs. Chris, if he does pull this off, and I'm leaning Bo on a lot of these Bo questions despite the tough matchup, and I'm in agreement, Chris. I think this is a good play. If Chris, if he has a 3 TD game, even if it's like 220 yards, there's gonna be no denying that Bo Nix is the dog that we've been watching him become and rise up into. He's a dog. Love Bo Nix. People are so down on Bo Nix walking into the season. Everybody's changing their tune, but they'll flip off the Bo Nix button and go, I don't like him anymore if he has a bad game in this tough matchup. I'm not writing him off after this game if something does go awry. Everyone talking bad on my Pookie JD5 take a lap, says Chris. He says take a lap.
Take a lap.
A little weird statement, Chris, but we still support your support of JD5 around these parts. JD5, I think JD5 is one of the better go-get players heading into this season. In fact, we could put this on the board actually. JD5, if we're talking about QBs, I think this is probably a pretty good go-get player. We're gonna do a lot more on board 2, marker board 2, moving forward, especially in the off season. A lot of mock draft stuff will take place on this board, but JD5 is going to be on the buy list walking into the remaining part of this season. Knicks or Flacco, probably going to go Knicks, but Flacco might be safer. Need to start 1 wide receiver and 1 flex. MHJ, Addison, Sutton, Gadsden, Harvey, Woody, Manungai, Hendy. Any moves on these guys? Need to start 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Let's go with Gadsden, and let's go Monungai as this. Hendy. Start one wide receiver, one flex. Bro, you got to make a trade, Adam. This is like, we're going to miss this as a group collectively every week. I'm starting Hendy. Hendy and Monungai probably. Oh, one wide receiver. Damn it. This is like the worst situation out of this combo. I guess you go MHJ, and your flex has to be Monungai for safety, Hendy for high risk, high reward. You need to make a trade, bro. You got like this talent you can't use during a mini by Mageddon. Like, that's just a waste of talent just sitting there. We can't even use it. Your favorite trade deadline stash? It's a great question, TM42, and I'd probably say, taking it back to the board, I'll probably say trade deadline stash. We're talking stash. I mean, JMO in some ways is a stash because people are cutting him. They don't want to start him. I think Tootin is up there. I think stash is tough because at this point, it's like some of these guys are getting into the lineup. It's a good question. Let me go over to thefantasyfootballshow.com rankings. These are my bold predictions, my trade calculator, my start bench advice, all of my content, year-round content and rankings. Let me just look at my own rankings and just real quickly try and see if there's a stash or two that pop out. And you're saying stash, not like favorite player to trade for. So I'm trying to find a qualifying. Harvey still in the stash mode because Hendy's not. Hendy's now starting. Harvey's probably my favorite stash. He's up there on the board. Harvey, Tootin, Benson, now Travis Hunter in a way. I'd say those feel like the top guys if I had to throw one out to you. So Benson, put it on the board here. Benson, Tootin's on here already, but like Benson's a great buy low. But definitely Harvey's number one. Benson, JMO, Tootin, those are stashes for sure. TM, thank you. TM to the moon. I'm nervous about Vrabel with Jennings in New England. Yeah, I mean, who isn't, bro? Who isn't? 2 wide receivers, 1 wide receiver, one flex, BTJ. Give me JMO and give me BTJ. And then my flex, give me Hendy, but damn, my man, hard not going Monungai. Hendy's higher risk, higher reward. Monungai's steady Eddie safe play. So you got to pick your poison there. We've had that question all day long. We're gonna get it all morning long. We're gonna get it. I mean, you're not gonna be comfortable on that one. But sitting Monungai or sitting Hendy's almost irresponsible. Smitty, someone offered me JMO for my Sutton. Chat, do we take JMO? I like JMO. Husseini, I could be completely wrong on this. He could have 2 catches tomorrow. I love JMO. Sutton is underrated, and even though we're seeing a lot more Franklin lately, Sutton could come back around. I almost feel like you should be getting more. JMO has lower cost of entry than Sutton right now. So I'm going to say get more, stand down, but I love the idea of getting JMO. Can you get him cheaper? Because if you already responded like in a way that was positive, like maybe then he's going to have an expectation and not want to give it to you cheaper. But I don't think you have to pay that. I love getting JMO. JMO will be huge for you, but that's kind of a costly move. Pick 2, Hunt, Sharbs, Jordan Addison. I'm going to go Sharbs and probably Hunt for safety. Until I see McCarthy and know what's going on, I'm not trusting him. Thank you again for this question. You got any move? Oh, and you said any moves for these guys. I did tell you should trade them. I don't know. I would say like Sutton and Monungai for Adams, Sutton and Monungai, or Sutton and Woody, Sutton and Gadsden. If you're not using Gadsden, Sutton and Gadsden for a Nico. Go get Nico. Go get JJ. Go get Adams. Go get players like that. using that combination. I'm sorry I didn't tell you that yet. There you go. Chase Brown or Hendy. I'm going to go Hendy, but it's high risk. I mean, it's high risk, high reward, my boy. Please pick one tight end and a flex between Bowers and probably Gadsden for safety, Rico for high risk, high reward. Pick your poison there, my boy. Starting Hendy and Tracy at running backs in a 2 flex, stacked at wide receiver and sold at ones. No idea what that means. Possible upgrade. Trade Igbuka for Judkins and Gadsden. I would take Judkins and Gadsden for Igbuka. Absolutely. Clutch. That is a great trade. I'm going to say do that. I don't know what else. You could maybe try and trade Igbuka for. I mean, that's the kind of move I would take. If you need a tight end badly, that's a fantastic move. I'm not saying I like getting rid of Igbuka, but Judkins and Gadsden as a haul, that's a fantastic trade, my boy. Smitty approved that. I think the chat would too. I don't know that a lot of people love getting rid of Igbuka. Some people get in their feelings about their own team and go, I've got Igbuka. Don't trade it. You got to answer it for him though. Gadsden and Judkins for Book. Who agrees that that's a good trade for him, regardless of our love for Igbuka? Start 2 running backs in a flex. Warren, JCM, Hendy, ETN. Give me ETN and Hendy. Not a real tough dilemma at all. And then the flex would probably be, I would go Harvey over Jaylen Warren, but man, I don't know. Chat might disagree with me. Then throw in Keenan Allen as an option for the flex. Why don't you just ask me that instead of like trying to like play a game? Like, let's throw him in now. Take back now. Put it in the blender. Hit the button and pull one out randomly. I think Keenan Allen might be a tad safer than RJ, but I still might plug RJ in. Also, Gadsden and Laporta. That's not a question, Megas. Don't doubt Gadsden. He's there for you. He's there ready to rumble. JD5 or Caleb this week. Anything can happen, but you know my answer to that, my boy. How do we feel about Bam? Not feeling great about it. It's the Cardinals. I live in Arizona. Believe me, I know. And they've had Michael Carter running it with the ones in Thursdays and Fridays practices. And then now all of a sudden, Gannon says that, yeah, Bam will be the starter. Remember when they said this about Carter, and then Bam got the touchdown, and it was just a big mess, bro? DeMarcado, all that. Or DeMarcado got the touchdown. It was that breakaway run that DeMarcado started to get half the work until he fumbled the ball at the 1-yard line. The Cardinals you can't trust. Doesn't matter who starts. I mean, and not to mention Gannon says that. Guess who's going to start? Probably not Bam now. That's the way he is. I don't know. He's a decent play for sure. Trey Tucker or Harvey at flex. I'm going Harvey. Tucker could do something at any moment, but I'm not like banking on it. You know what I mean? I need to decide on my second running back spot and flex spot between Woody Marks, Bam Knight, Spears, and Booty. Booty everywhere. Okay. Thank you, Johnny. Marks is just, I think, the best play. Anything can happen, so trust your gut, but anything can happen, my man. Anything can happen. I love that people, I don't know what I know what it is. The reason people are so bent out of shape about the anti-Bam questions, you know, it's like Bam, why Bam? How can you question Bam? He's got the Dallas Cowboys. Of course he does. We want to go MHJ and Bam, but this is the Arizona Cardinals. Thank you, little big man. Appreciate it. Little big man says hardest working man in fantasy. I like to think so. I definitely feel we are the most active community on planet Earth and most entertaining. There's some people that go live sometimes, you know, try and keep up with this show, but they're, hello, my name is Billy Bob, and this is a very monotone show. We don't do that. We don't do that at all.
You've just been
Juan with the super. Juan says, I'm 7-1. That's a great record. I have Allen, Bijan, Ladd, Dunze, Sutton, Ferguson, Shakir, Hendy, Benungai, Any moves I could make. This is a good squad. Man, this is tough. I'd probably say Bijan, Josh Allen, not touching it. Ladd, keep him. Adunze, bye week, out of the way, keep him. Sutton, tradable. Ferguson, tradable. Monungai, tradable. Swift is going to come back. I think I'm going to sell high on this Monungai train. If I could trade Sutton and Monungai for Nico, for Buka, for JJ, for Adams, for London with the bye week out of the way, any of those players makes a lot of sense to me. Get a wide receiver up in this mug. And honestly, you know, Ferguson, Sutton, Monungai, you could trade all three. That'd be a real good maneuver, my boy. Appreciate you. This super chat from Ray. Ray, appreciate you. Ray says, your thoughts on Brashard Smith. We like him a lot. We've been big Brashard Smith people. And with Pacheco out at least one game, maybe longer, he might start getting the work. But it's hard to trust him right now. It depends on your options. But very intrigued, but could get 12 carries finally and blow up and pop one. Or even more so the receiving aspect. This guy's a converted wide receiver from college, but successfully converted. He didn't just have like spot duty. He did really well when they converted him. So he'll probably catch like 4 or 5 passes. I think he's pretty safe this week if you're in dire straits with mini by Mageddon. But you know, it could be one of those 2-point games. So you just got to be careful. Bench London for Debo this week. I don't hate that, but I also don't know that I would have done that. But I like London and Debo. I just think London, I wouldn't judge him too quickly, too harshly off of, you know, some mishaps over in Atlanta. And I think it's probably smart to continue to believe in a guy that we ranked like a week and a half ago as a top 5 wide receiver going forward. And now you're pulling him from not only the wide receiver 1 spot on your team, not only the wide receiver 2 spot, but you won't even play this man as a 3rd wide receiver. Seems a little bit drastic and knee-jerk to me. Thoughts on Spears if Pollard gets traded? I think he goes to the moon this year. I don't know how I look at his long-term value. Play Knicks. He's got 1 ACL. How long can he last? Play Knicks versus Houston or Flacco. I would probably say Knicks versus Houston versus Flacco, but trust your gut. Anything can happen. Start 2, Gibbs, Josh, Jacobs, Monunga. I'm going to pretend you didn't ask me to start 2 and include Gibbs in a conversation. I'm going to close my eyes, that boy. I'm going to reopen them and ask this question the way I imagine it to be true. Hey, Smitty, start 1 next to my Jahmyr Gibbs. Jacobs or Monungai? I'm going to go Jacobs, but Monungai's a real good play. Flex to replace Adams. No, I play Jacobs and Adams. Start your studs, but maybe look to shop Monungai right now. Go to the Swift owner, see what they want. That would be a fantastic move. Full PPR flex, J-Mo, Dowdle, Juwan Jennings. I love J-Mo this week, but I'm not going to sit Dowdle. I really like Dowdle. Tough matchup and all. But if you had any uneasy feelings, I love J-Mo this week. JSN owner needs a running back. What's a good trade? Ben, I need to know your team, bro. I can't. I mean, I can give you trade Derrick Henry for JSN. You're like, I don't have Derrick Henry. I need to know what you have, Ben. Ben, if I know what you have, I'll give you a good idea of what I do. Would you and ask the question again? Don't just list 4 guys and later on be like, what's this mean? Like, ask the question one more time. Would you trade MHJ for Hendy straight up? Absolutely. Absolutely. And twice on Sundays. No doubt about it. Running back 2 in a flex. ETN, Knight, Olave, Warren. Thank you for putting the Tyler Warren so I know what Warren it is. I'm going to go ETN and Tyler Warren. Not much of a hesitation at all. Could anything happen with that name, that group of names? Absolutely. But I don't even hesitate on that one. Not even a hesitation. This one's a tough one. We get like constantly ETN or Hendy. ETN's probably, I don't know if he's safer because he's not getting the workload, but the matchup's great. Should bounce back. Hendy's probably going to get tons of work. We think you could almost say Hendy's even a little riskier, but I would probably go Hendy if it's me. So Uncle says you skipped my super chat. No, I didn't. I answered this one. Are you talking about this one? Pick my running back 2 in a flex, Hendy, Sharps, BTJ. This one maybe? Pick my running back 2 and wide receiver 2. Okay, if I miss this one, I'll answer it again. I think I got this one, didn't I? I said BTJ. BTJ, and your running back too, probably going to be Sharps. He's going to score. You know, or has a better shot at scoring. I like Sharps a lot. I mean, the running back options are thin there. This one from Rudy. Rudy, appreciate your super chat. Thank you, Jimmy, for the super chat as well. Put you right here, pal. And this one here, 12-man 0.5. I'm in first. Double flex. May, Javonte Williams, Ashton Genty, I think is who Ash is. I love the way some of you guys abbreviate. Ash J. Instead of just like Genty or Ash J. Hookah, JSN, J. Will, Kraft, Devontae Smith, Harvey, Denver D, Bench, Pitts, Harvey, Tootin, Jacoby, Green Bay, Green B. Instead of Pack or GB, it's Green B. I love to just love to know what minds are going through when you're cooking up these. How are we thinking in my final team? I like the squad. I do. There's some risk involved with Genty, but some excitement. Puka, JSN's fantastic. Tucker Kraft's going nuts. Could you move something? Not really. There's not a lot of trade value here, unless you're going to move like Genty and maybe Devontae Smith for one better player. Achane, Kyron, Barkley on a bye, Henry, Bucky injured, JJ if you go that direction. I'd definitely be intrigued by that. But if you traded, what do we say we're doing here? Devontae Smith and what? For Ashton Genty. You could also trade Benson and Devontae Smith for a slight Devontae Smith upgrade, just a tiny one. If you could find someone to give you Adams or someone like people are contemplating sitting London this week as their wide receiver 3. So I don't want to hear Smitty. No one's giving up London. I don't want to hear it. People are benching London. I have Rice, Pickens, or Buka. I'm trying to get rid of Buka on a bye, and they're worried about injury and all that. Have Rice, Pickens, Debo, and London. London coming off a bad hip. He's coming off a bad hip, but bro, he's off the injury report. So let's stop calling him an injured player, though. You know, London has to face Gonzalez. I'll go back to London next week. You can, and I don't mind that. I understand that, but London's also one of the most dominating wide receivers in the league when it comes to jump ball situations. And not to mention, will he be blanketed or will they move him all over the field and get him in spots? I don't know. I tend to think London's going to have a day. I don't mind sitting London for Debo if that's your prerogative. And I wouldn't make you take a lap over it. Hence, I didn't make you take a lap. But I'm just not sitting him. I start my studs. I'm a very, very big advocate of London. 1.5 weeks ago, everyone here, including me, and I still feel very strongly about this statement, not that I would rank him here, but he's capable of being this good, is that London, everyone here had London as a top 10 overall player, top 15 overall player minimum, and a top 5 to 7 wide receiver going forward a week and a half ago. And now all of a sudden, everybody's, I'm worried about him. I'll bench him. I don't know if he's going to be good. I don't know if I like him anymore. And so I just don't understand why everybody's flipping on the guy. It's just crazy to me. But anyway, look at these super chats that just flew in all at once. Appreciate you all. Pick 2, PPR, Sharbs, Hendy, Bill, Bam. I'm going to go Hendy and Woody pretty easily, Clock. That's not that hard of a question in my opinion. I have Nick Sutton and Franklin playing nervous. Nick Sutton, yeah. Scotty, that is... Look, I'm not saying I'd run away from Knicks, but all 3 of those guys is rough because if they get shut down. You only answered half of my super chat question. That happens, Johnny. That can happen, Johnny. I'll go back and find it. Sorry. Woody, Kareem Hunt, or Hendy this week? I'm going Hendy. Easy. But I do love Woody. Dynasty 12-man rebuilding. Trade BTJ for 3 seconds. Steven, would you trade a steak dinner for a 2-day-old chalupa rolled up in a paper bag that's been in someone's hot car for seven days? Like, what are we talking about, bro? Second round. Talk about second round. We're not talking about first rounders. We're not talking about game. We're talking about practice. Second rounders. Second rounders. What are we doing? What are those? I haven't had a second rounder in I don't know how long. I need to thank you for the super chat though, pal. Appreciate you. I need to decide between my second running back spot and a flex. I need to start second running back spot and a flex. So Marks, and then I guess if there's another one, I'd say Spears. Booty or Spears, guys. Vote Booty or Spears. Booty or Spears. Am I a Dodgers fan? No, but I was rooting for the Dodgers. You know, I wanted LA to win over Toronto. Trade idea for JSN owner needs a running back. Bucky, Benson, Hendy, Rico, Harvey, Hunt, Bam, Bigsby. Obviously, Debo, you might have to get Buka involved in this. Debo, Buka together, and, you know, obviously, a running back, you send him Bam. If he wants a more upgraded running back, you give him Benson. If he wants another running back like Rico, then Rico, Debo, easily. Rico and Buka probably for Rico, Buka. You know, JSN, I don't know. I'd probably rather Rico, Buka over JSN. You might call me crazy, but I love Buka and I love Rico. So I think it really just comes down to, would he take Hunt or Bam? I don't even think I want to get rid of. I'd get rid of Hendy and Debo for JSN, but Hendy and Buka, I don't know. I don't know if that's the right move. I love Buka. So it really comes down to Buka and Benson, Buka and maybe Harvey, but that could come back to bite you. But Buka, Bam, Buka, Hunt, or you're trading Debo and potentially that Rico. Would I trade Bucky for JSN? Bucky and Booty, Bucky and Debo. Bucky and Debo for JSN. That one's okay too. That would probably be the one you turn to after it doesn't work out. Hit my MVP pick tonight, 2,000. Just saying. Nice. Love your commitment, Smitty. Appreciate your work. Thank you. Appreciate you, Greg. Nice job on smashing the MVP pick, bro. Scotty, play Golden for Denver wide receivers. Pick up Horton and playing? No. I like Horton, but we don't know when I don't mind Golden, but he's in a rut, bro. I mean, I don't mind having him. I don't mind banking on that speed eventually catching one, but I'd go. What Denver wide receivers, though, Scotty? You got to remember, I don't remember the question. I don't care if it was 4 questions ago, 3 questions ago. I don't know if it was Sutton and Franklin or Franklin only or Franklin. And I would rather have Franklin or Sutton over Golden or Horton, even with the matchup. I get what you're saying. I think you were the one, you had a tough matchup. You're worried about all 3 Denver players, I believe. And I'm not going to, those don't ease my mind. Start 2, MHJ, Hendy, Keenan Allen, Tracy, Aaron Jones. Hendy for sure. I'd probably say Tracy for safety, MHJ, high risk, high reward play is the way I'd angle that. So you want high risk, high reward, or you want safety? Yeah, that's what I would say. All this Bam love is, I'm not saying it can't work out, but you know it's because everybody that's saying Bam has Bam, and they're just hoping, they're just willing it to happen. It's the Cardinals, man. They're not reliable sources of information about their players. Start CMC versus the Giants or Cook versus the Chiefs. Drew, let's not act like you can't play. Let's not act like, Drew, that you're in a league. Let's not pretend this is a real league. This is a grandma league at a nursing home with 3 other people in it, and 2 of which are in a coma. Because there's no way you have CMC and Cook, 2 top 5 running backs, 2 top 4 running backs right now, and you're debating sitting one of them. What do you have, Gibbs and Bijan? Like what? How are we talking like this? I mean, you probably play CMC, I suppose. I would say trade one of them, but you probably own also JSN. You've got Jamar Chase. I don't know. Cook could be safer, to be honest. Cook could be safer. You played Henry. Why would you play Henry over CMC or Cook the way they're playing. I mean, I definitely am an advocate of selling CMC high if you get 2 elite players before one gets hurt, but you can't sit those guys, bro. And you play them until you trade one, but you can't. Jeez. Start BTJ. Thank you for the question, though, Drew. I'm sorry you started Henry over one of them. I like Henry a lot. You know that. And he had 117 yards, but you can't sit CMC. You trade CMC, but you can't sit CMC. You can't sit CMC. You can't sit Gibbs. You can't sit Bijan. You can't sit James Cook. You can't sit JT. Start 2, BTJ, Nico, Tet, Hendy. I'm going to go Hendy and Nico, but, man, Jeffrey, that could go 100 different ways. We're all going to get that wrong week in and week out. You ask the audience, we're all getting that wrong, bro. There's no way. I mean, BTJ could be the highest score, but give me Nico, give me Hendy. That's what I'm rolling with. Yes, sir. CMC Cooks Henry in a one-person league, says Reg. Yeah, hey, I'll tell you this though. To the guy that has Henry, what's your name, bro? Who has Henry again? Drew. You're gonna win cash money. I hope you got this money in advance before a couple of these players in your league, these owners, end up like going into a coma or. I hope you before the bingo night. I hope you got the entry fees before bingo night because this is a big bingo month. They may not have the entry fee later when you go to collect. Unbelievable. And if there's everybody put your earmuffs on, please. If there's a spot in that league, bro, you let me know. Okay, I'll be in real quick. I'd love to join that league with Margaret, Edna, Alice. Alice had Bijan, but she dropped him. She dropped Bijan right after week 1. A 12-team half PPR league. I was offered Drake London, Tyrone Tracy, and Kittle for CD. Drake London, Tyrone Tracy, Kittle. I don't care about it. Give me CD, bro. Should I take it? No, absolutely not.
You've just been Smitty.
Hey, Alice. Yeah, Margaret, I can hear you through the wall. You dropped Bijan. What? You were trying to drop your kicker. You dropped Bijan. Rico or Debo? Rico's a tad bit safer. Call me crazy, but I think I'm rolling Rico. Flacco, JD5. I mean, anything could happen. I'm going JD5. Yeah, I want to know, is there an actual grandma in the chat? That'd be amazing. I don't think, if anybody is a grandma, like, you could become a grandma at a young age, but is there a grandma in the chat? Do we have, like, an official grandma? Like Maggie the grandma. That's going to be, when we start aging out, all of us together, as we start moving along through this channel, and it happens fast. When I started in this industry, I was a young punk, and all of a sudden now I'm not. All these young kids have no experience, and they're just experts all of a sudden. Pisses you off. They got no experience, no radio experience, no degrees in journalism, nothing. There's no pride or any sort of anything, any sort of pride or resume or earning your way up the industry, nothing. No degrees. No one has a journalism degree. No one studies it. No one researches it. No one does it properly. And, I'd love to know if we got a legit grandma in the building. It's your boy. His name is it grandma? Well, son, it's a boy. Is a grandma. Sonny boy. Abe classifies as a grandma. Okay. Rico or Debo. I either way. Yeah, I don't think you can really. It's probably going to be similar scoring. PPR start Caleb or Jacoby Brissett. Guys, Caleb or the Briskinator? Can I get a vote on the brisket or Caleb? Caleb or the brisket? I mean, Caleb could score 2 TDs off of a really good Ben Johnson design where the receiver takes it for Caleb. He catches a quick 5-yard slant and knifes through bad tackling. That's how Caleb scored most of his touchdowns, as the receiver. It's not going to happen at any moment where he gets 2 touchdowns. But Brissett has the better matchup. But is he going to play well? I don't know. Start Dolores or Martha in my grandma league. Both. You don't sit grandmas, bro. All right. Hendy, Pickens, or Vidal, you always get different answers. It's because there's 3 really good players that should be in your lineup. You're dealing with a pretty solid amount of talent on a major bye week. So you're probably even better off when the buys aren't here. So you're probably wanting to trade some of this. But I don't know. I mean, your safe call is Vidal. Vidal's a really, really safe play. Hendy's your higher risk but higher upside, and Pickens is like somewhere in between. So, I'd probably lean Hendy myself, but I've got a big, desire to see him thrive. So I don't know. It's a tough call though. Pickens and Vidal are safer. Got the blue light blocking glasses on, by the way. All right. I'm going to open the phone lines real briefly. So dial in if you want.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Phone line is open, I believe. Hopefully I don't have to go to the speaker. I haven't restarted my show or my system in a minute, so probably won't work, the phone line. Down to the bentonprint.com phone line. bentonprint.com, owners of the attic.shop. We gave away a hoodie already, and mute yourself if you could. Both of you just mute yourself real quickly. I'll be right with you in just 1 second, but please hit mute. We gave away a spider hoodie this month. We're going to give away probably the Godzilla hoodie, I think. All right, let me go to the 586 caller. 586, you're live. Okay, he hung up. 516, you're live.
What's going on, Smitty? I have a question. Is this crazy? I'm going to start J-Mo and Keenan over Sutton this week.
J-Mo
and Keenan Allen over Sutton this week.
I mean,
my reasoning is because offensive coordinators hyping up J-Mo, and Keenan Allen has the highest yards per route run on the Chargers against zone, and the Titans run zone 80%.
I mean, I don't know why you think this is crazy. Like, what made you, like, you listed off 3 guys that are sporadic as hell.
Yeah.
Smitty, I got a real crazy one for you. I mean, bro, I've been telling you J-Mo all week.
Sutton, I do Sutton as like a top, 18 to 20.
Yeah, but he's not. Hold on a second. I got to mute this.
I think those other guys are false.
Okay, but I've been talking J-Mo up all week, so you know I love that one. I'm fine with that. Keenan Allen, Sutton. Honestly, Keenan Allen is safer. I mean, Sutton's got a tough matchup, but
yeah,
I'm not. I don't think this is crazy at all. Trust your gut. I mean, I'd feel awful convincing you to go the other way when I feel indifferent about it. So trust your gut, bro. Smitty approved.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Smitty approved.
Thank you. Have a good night, man.
Yeah, you too, bro. Travis, you're live. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
All right, let me
Yeah.
merge this call real quick. Hold on one second. Caller, just mute yourself real quick. I'll be right with you. All right, go ahead, Travis.
I was just gonna say I have trouble sitting Sutton. I know it's a tough matchup, but and the guy that was looking to trade for, he definitely, like you said, he's got to get more than JMO for Sutton. I mean, JMO's the wide receiver 53 right now. Like, I like him going forward. I think he's going to be good the rest of the year, but he's got to get a lot more than that, don't you think?
Yeah.
JMO just for Sutton.
Yeah, you got to get more for Sutton, but I do love the concept of buying JMO. And let's say, for example, you got Rico and JMO for Sutton. That's the kind of deal you could almost pull off. Maybe less now because of the Rico news, but that's what you should be aiming for. And that was doable right up until the news broke that Canales was like, I'm sorry, but I gotta go back to Rico. You could have got that kind of deal done. So Husseini, if you're listening, just try and find another player. You know who fits the bill for that would be Harvey. And maybe you have Harvey, I don't know. But that's another player that we're looking at that can have that kind of upside. So you just got to kind of look around. There's got to be somebody else on his roster that can get you that. All right, what else you got there, Travis?
So Dynasty, well, I guess it doesn't matter because it's just this week. It's a Dynasty League, but you had said you might start MHJ over Olave this week. Would you still do that?
I don't know if I would or not. I'm torn on that one. MHJ has the brilliant matchup, but what a disappointment he's been. Brissett, if we believe that MHJ is going to skyrocket against a good matchup like the Dallas Cowboys, do we believe Brissett should be started in most leagues then? You know, like, I mean, it's a good bye week. I don't know. If we're going to make this commitment, I almost want to say, like, I'm in a league where I've lost my quarterbacks. I've been decimated. And in Miss Smitty's league at my quarterback spot. And I had Kyler. Now Kyler's out. And I've got to decide between McCarthy, Flacco, and Brissett. And I've got Flacco in there. But do we believe Brissett's just going to have a field day?
Good. Huh? I mean, he's been good the past 2 weeks. Brissett's been good the past 2 weeks as well. So.
Yeah, I'm tempted to do it. That's kind of what I'm saying is I'm wavering on it. Like, do I believe Brissett should be in there over Flacco? I don't know. Anything's possible. Let me look at Brissett real quick.
Yeah, and like I would, I'd play Olave, but like you said, Duck is in there, so you know you kind of knew what you were getting with Rattler, but with the new QB, I don't know what to think.
Guys, vote Brissett or Joe Flacco, and don't just vote Flacco because you got Jamar Chase and you just want to will it to happen. Like, serious, unbiased vote. Flacco, Brissett against the Cowboys, and Brissett has back-to-back 2-touchdown passing games. And the thinking is that Kyler kind of got benched. It's not that Kyler isn't healthy enough to play; he got benched essentially, is what the thinking is. At least that's the vibe that's going on here in Arizona and from Schefter Rappaport. But the reason being is they're saying Kyler will be available potentially for parts of the game. That means he's not so injured he can't play. Yeah. So I don't know, man. Brisket, we're getting Brisket votes. Getting some Flacco votes. Husseini. Cowboys, yeah, that's the other thing too, is Johnny makes a good point. Like, Flacco's injured but he's injured playing. And Flacco's an old man. Does he go down and not get up? This is why I said Wentz won't finish games, because Wentz is, he's just not built for a 17-game season. He's not. Wentz was injury prone to begin with. He's now older and injury prone. Flacco is older and he's hurt. So, like, the odds of Flacco finishing the game are lower than the average quarterback playing a game this Sunday. I don't know.
Do we have the chat vote on MHJ or Olave too? Curious.
Yeah. Vote on this one, guys. MHJ or Olave, please. Vote on that one. And then let me answer these 3 super chats. Actually, let me get to this caller real quick. Caller, you've been waiting patiently. I'm sorry about that. Go ahead, 224, you're live.
Hey, Smitty. It's
What's
KB. Am I crazy for wanting to start Parker Washington over RJ Harvey?
That's another. Is this the same guy? That said, am I crazy? And he gave me 3 mediocre names. Am I crazy for wanting a $1 bill over 4 quarters? I mean, no, you're not crazy for wanting either side. Those are dice rolls, my boy. Those are the definition.
Okay, and then no, you're right. You're right. It is. I love RJ. I want to see him do it again.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
then are you going?
I'm going RJ probably, but a lot. MHJ Olave. By the way, the Olave vote looks like Olave MHJ. It looks pretty close. I'd say it looks dead even. Maybe slightly into Olave if I counted correctly. I don't know. All right, go ahead, KB. I'm sorry.
And then are you going Jackson Dart or Stafford this week?
I Stafford. He's got weapons.
Okay.
He's been great all year. I don't know that you can
It's been
say.
awesome.
Yeah. Rested.
Then last thing, just because it's in the title, do you think we're going to get baseball next year, or do you think it's going to be in a lockout?
Oh, I don't know. And Travis, you got to answer that. I don't watch baseball.
I think they'll get it done. There's a legit chance they could lock out though, because the money's so big right now.
Yeah, what he said.
All right, I appreciate it, guys.
But if the gigawatts align and the component structures of the contract negotiation algorithms, potentially, like Travis just said. Start 2, Tet, Wandell, Diggs. I'm going to go Tet and Diggs. Not a tough call at all. We got Tracy, we appreciate you.
Alert.
G-Money.
Super chat alert.
G-Money with a super chat. My boy. Let me see. Hold on one second, Travis. I'll go right back to you. G-Money says, hey, Smitty, 4-4, 12-team, half PPR, QB, Mahomes, Dart, Judkins, Hampton, Benson, Harvey, Tootin. Wow, you've been hit with some injuries, Judkins. Man, you got nothing this week, right? Oh, you got Tootin and Harvey as your running backs, right? Mahomes, balling. Puka on a bye. Rice back. Your receivers are through the roof. Hunter, God, that sucks. You've been getting hit hard, bro. Absolute devastation. Fannin, what should I do this week? No tight end. Can't drop a kicker or D. I mean, you start your 2 RBs that you got, unfortunately. No none guy on waivers, I assume. Hopefully Tootin just gets a touchdown pop or something. You got Puka, Rice, and I guess Booty over Mooney if I had to pick. And Fannin's on a bye, so what should you do this week? No tight end. Can't drop a kicker or D. Yeah, I don't know, man. Kind of wonder if you're going to lose anyway. I hate to say that, but you could drop one of Mooney or Booty if you think you're going to win. If you've got like a projected chance, like you're edging out your opponent, you might want to. I mean, it's the only thing you can do. You can't drop Tootin because you got to start him. And I don't think you can drop. I mean, you can't drop Dart unless you are very confident you get a backup quarterback for Mahomes here shortly. So you can't do that. I don't know. I don't think there's any other option for you other than to drop Mooney or Booty. I'd probably drop Mooney before I drop Booty. Mooney has looked pretty good, but he hasn't really like exploded or delivered, whereas Booty's been delivering. So I probably lean toward Booty. But it's a great question. I appreciate you dropping it. If chat wants to weigh in, but I think you need to answer that for yourself if you're going to be able to win or not. If not, then you got to drop. You know, you could probably try anyway. I mean, I wouldn't if you're like down by 10 or projected to lose by 10 points. I mean, I'm still going after it. Holiday, appreciate you. Can only start 4. I'm down bad. Double flex, Sharps and Kamara are in my running back spots, and currently have DK and Slayton in my flex positions. I have JCM and RJ Harvey on the bench. I'd start Harvey over Slayton personally, but that's me. Everything else is fine. That's just me. It's a preference thing. Appreciate what you've done. 7-1, 10-man PPR. Do I start Hendy over Chase Brown? That's preference, my boy. That is preference. I lean Hendy, but we've been getting this question all night. I can't say that Chase Brown is not explosive and capable, but I'm just going to, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I would sit DK Metcalf and start Chase Brown and Hendy. They're both going to get guaranteed touches, whereas DK could have a big game. What's his yardage been lately? Let me see real quick. It's a good matchup.
Who's been scoring touchdowns?
Good matchup, though. He's had he's had a 95 and 100-yard game. 2 back-to-back 50 and 55-yard games. Matchup is golden. Yeah, I don't know if you can sit down. Damn it. I don't know.
So, I don't, that's tough. So it's Hendy, Chase Brown, and DK.
Yeah, pick two guys. Chat on pick 2 on that. Vote Hendy, Chase Brown, DK. Hendy, vote on this one. I don't know, man. Let's see what the chat says. DK and Chase Brown. Vote on this one right here, please. At least 10 votes. We need at least 10 votes on this one. And let me get this out of the way real quickly. So Spencer, wait for that vote. AO, Trey Tucker, or Slayton. I guess Slayton. I hate all 3 options, to be honest. AO, Trey Tucker, Slayton. Yeah. Tough, bro. Need 1 wide receiver, Ladd or Sutton. I go Ladd with the matchup. Need 2 running backs, Waddle, Dowdle, Sharps, or Hendy. I go Hendy and probably Waddle, but that's really tough putting Dowdle on the bench. Also, Gadsden in my lineup, worried about starting 3 Chargers. Yeah, it could burn you, but it could also benefit you. You know, look at the last game that they played where everybody balled. You know, you had Chargers, you won. You know, DK, Chase, DK. I'm getting a DK vote, but you need to put 2 down, guys. Chase Brown and DK, Hendy. Some people are just voting 1. Chase, DK, Hendy, DK. Travis, what are you doing in a vacuum? Hendy, DK, Chase Brown, pick 2.
I'm kind of leaning towards the running backs. It's awfully hard to sit DK, like you said. But
DK's matchup is golden, but you're relying on Pittsburgh. You're relying on Arthur Smith. You're relying on Tomlin. You're relying on Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers staying healthy. Aaron Rodgers playing well. You're relying on Flacco staying healthy. You're relying on Vrabel giving Hendy any work at all. These are all I would lean like Travis to the guaranteed touches in Hendy and Chase Brown, but I don't know, bro. You could sit. I would say ultimately the lowest risk is DK Chase Brown, but I'm swinging for the bench with Hendy. I would go with the 2 running backs like Travis. I think. Travis, Caleb or Dart?
Does Caleb has a really good match. Oh, Sensi, right? I think Dart still.
Yeah,
I just
kind of agree.
I mean, Dart doesn't have a bad matchup. I understand in these easy matchups, Caleb could go for 25 or 30 points, but I'm just not willing to risk him, scoring 8 points.
Yeah, start 2, Ted Wandell Diggs. I think I already answered this one, I think. Wind for Ted.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you said Ted and Diggs.
Ted and Diggs. I don't know. Trust your gut on that one. Anything's possible, but Sharps or Rico. Sharps or more Sharps. That way you're hedging it too. That's easy. Thank you for the super chat. Start Tyler Warren or Tucker Kraft. You can't sit Tyler Warren. Not saying you can sit Tucker Kraft though. Find, maybe a flex spot or figure a trade out, but I can't sit Tyler Warren. He's like my number 1 tight end this year. 0.5 start 2 T-Mac, J-Mo, Hendy, QJ. Probably gonna go J-Mo and Hendy if this is me. I like T-Mac, but I'm gonna go Hendy and J-Mo. And then this one, need a running back and a flex. Hendy, Marks, Kareem Hunt, and Downs. Kareem Hunt's safe, but I'm going to go Marks and Hendy. If you want safety, I guess you pull Hendy and put in Kareem Hunt, but I'm not doing that. I mean, I'd rather get it wrong and him get 7 points. Like, does anybody think that with Ramondre out, that he doesn't at least get the 10 carries he got last week and you get 50 yards and a potential touchdown? And it's like, you want him to get more. He didn't. You know, he gets 2 catches as well, and you end up with like 8 points, and you're pissed off. And then Kareem Hunt has 12. Like, does anybody want to take the chance that he gets 8 points with missing out on his breakout game potentially? I'd rather risk it that way than not having him in my lineup. You would absolutely hate him even more. You'd hate Hendy if you sat him and he went crazy.
I mean, like,
you'd hate him.
I understand the risk, and we make jokes, rightfully so. But like you just said, you made the point. He has to get. I mean, he's going to get more than 10 carries. He has to. Like,
also,
if not, it's like 5 alarm fire or something.
Also, what's the reason? And you said this before. Like, what's the reason they're giving Ramondre the work? They trust him. He knows the offense and all that. Like, you're telling me Jennings or Dearness Johnson has earned the trust,
right?
In that short period of time, and with the, I just can't see it. Hold on one second, Travis. So for me, I'm just not buying. I mean, anything can happen. This has been happening all year, and it's the same frustration we had for Bijan as a rookie. We weren't wrong on Bijan. Running back 1, all he's going to do is score touchdowns. And what did he do? Didn't score touchdowns. Wasn't even used at the goal line, and it happened all year. He did finish as running back 9 as a rookie, though. PPR, sit 2, Hunt, Keenan Allen, Gadsden, Sutton, BTJ. I think I'd probably say I sit Keenan Allen and Sutton, and I start BTJ, Gadsden, and Kareem Hunt for safety, but I could sit Hunt for Keenan Allen yeah, I could sit Hunt for Keenan Allen or Sutton and not really bat an eye. If someone told me that, I would be like, yeah, sure. I mean, I understand that. But I guess if I'm picking, I'd say start Hunt, Gadsden, and BTJ. I definitely am not sitting Gadsden or BTJ. It's between Hunt, Keenan Allen, and Sutton. Sutton with a tough matchup. Kareem Hunt's his safest, I guess. But does he have the upside that Sutton has? No, but how can Sutton reach that upside in this particular game? I don't know. Injuries could happen. Who knows? But all right, hold on. Travis, you got anything else? I'm going to go over to Ron Navy after that.
I'll go to Ron.
Ron, Old Navy.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
Hey, I'm starting Hendy because I got him in one of my leagues still, and
Boy.
I'm starting him. They did say he's set for increased workload, so.
Yeah, but Dave said
I'm starting him.
Dave said that these people, not Vrabel really.
Oh,
so yeah, but I'm of course.
No. I know. The word on the street, the whatever they are. I mean, said that but
the 3-Eye Atlas passengers. Mm-hmm. According to the 3-Eye Atlas.
But do me a favor. Will you do me one favor?
Sure.
Will you pull up? Will you play a clip for me?
Oh, I don't play any audio or video. I don't do that on the channel.
Yeah, play your trade offer sucks for me, and that's for Travis.
That one, sure. Please. Oh, that one, that clip, sure.
I told. You're gonna throw me under the bus.
You are offer sex. You are trade offer sex.
What was the offer? What happened? What happened?
No, I'm not gonna. No, that's between me and Travis. I'm not gonna go into it.
No, I don't care. You can say it.
You threw him under the bus already, Ron. Let's hear it.
He wants me to give up Mbuka. He's trying one of your strategies, Smitty, which you've
good for him.
This strategy before, where you just overwhelm people with a lot of players to get the good player.
Well, that's good. That's
there's
good
no way I'm trading.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, but to me, I understand it. But
Okay, what
he
is
wants
it?
Mbuka
Book
and Helm.
And who?
Right?
Buka and who?
Helm. Tight end for Tennessee. Yeah, tight end for Tennessee.
Ham or Pan?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. And
Helm.
Pam? Go ahead, Ron.
Yeah. And he wants to give me Bigsby, Gainwell,
Ooh.
Mooney,
Yeah.
Kittle,
Yeah.
and Warren.
Jaylen Warren or
None
Tyler?
of those are close to.
Jaylen Warren or Tyler
No,
Warren?
Jaylen Warren.
Jaylen
Warren.
Well, I will say
He's
look,
giving me the second tier. He's giving me the second tier running back. Mooney is the number 3 wide receiver for a number 1 receiver because Mbuka's the number 1 receiver. And
Ron,
you
don't need to spell it out to us. We see it right in front of us. Yeah, I would have to concur with Ron.
Tell you what I was doing.
But
people never answer. People never answer anything in fantasy half the time. So I'll just send a trade out to see if they decline it right away to see if they're even awake or looking at trades. And
I mean,
just threw something on the wall.
I don't mind Travis.
Now,
I told Travis to
It's
do
all
it.
good, Travis.
I told Travis to do it,
It's
not
all good,
not
but I'm
directly, but my trade advice tactics do tell him to do this, and so he's just.
I know. That's what I said. I don't blame Travis. I was just wanting to be.
You should have picked up.
I just want to be a smart butt. Well, here's the thing: is we're in the voicemail league, right? He's 5-3 record. I'm like 4-3 or 5. I'm also up there. So giving up my really good wide receiver for mediocre players, that takes me out of the playoff shot of even trying to get into the playoffs.
Ron, you don't need to explain it to us. We're not imbeciles. We do know what this trade would do to you.
Oh, I know.
If I did this
trade, but I'm not an imbecile either.
Yeah, if you did this trade, you certainly wouldn't make the playoffs. That's absolutely without saying anything. But hey, I don't blame Travis. Like Travis, you shouldn't be ashamed of yourself. This is
no, I'm not ashamed of that.
Tactic 101.
He gives me good trade offers all the time.
Silver says Ron's the kind of guy that won't even decline the offer. I don't know. I don't know if I think Ron, you.
I decline. I decline offers all the time.
I think you decline, but Ron will do a trade. The thing about Ron is he'll do a trade if he's got to be like in the right mood. He's had to just had a stake. He's got to have a surplus at the position. He'll get a trade done, but it's not easy. You got to get him in the mood. I think Travis.
I've traded with you several times, Smitty.
Netflix and chill. He didn't offer the steak dinner, the meal ahead of time. Yeah, this would be tough to It's a good one though. I like it. I love when you started reading them off. Bigsby, Gainwell, Mooney, Jaylen Warren. Which Warren? Jaylen Warren. Oh,
but in all it is too.
It made me laugh.
Hold on, let's let Travis.
All it is too is like I would never expect him to accept it, right? But I put players in the deals where people need them. He needs Bigsby or he should be cuffing Bigsby to Barkley. He could use an upgrade at tight end, and so I know he's going to decline it. But sometimes people come back with a counter offer, that's realistic. And then
real quickly, hold on, gentlemen. Good evening. Start Harvey or JCM. I can't start JCM until I see it now at this point. And Harvey's at least delivering, whereas JCM's not. So like, how do you risk it with JCM just because JD5's back? We don't know what that means. Give me the guy who just had a hat trick touchdown outing. Thoughts on Horton with the cup out? I like him. There have been a couple Horton questions that I've wavered on, like Horton, Slayton. I think I probably by the morning will be leaning Horton, just for those people that have asked me a very very vague, mediocre list of players question that involves Horton. Maybe re-ask it in the morning. I might just be flipping it to Horton. We'll see. Let me merge the call. Hold on. 586, mute yourself real quickly. You got some background noise going on there, pal. So turn down that. Okay. I'm going to hang up on him because you can't call him with the show in the background. Thoughts on Horton? Yeah, go ahead and I guess put him in, depending on your situation, though. Yeah, I think I love how Travis asked for Gunner. That's the best. And see, look, have I made trades like that? Offers, absolutely. So Travis has nothing to be ashamed about. I'm
not saying he should be ashamed.
I'm just telling
you. I know it's a move that you've talked about several times, and you've told people those type of moves before.
Yeah.
So
you're not here to make friends. Need one at flex. Pollard, Pitts, Chubb, or Jennings, Terrell Jennings. I'm gonna go with probably, I don't know. I guess Pollard or Kyle Pitts, guys. I don't know how I feel about Pollard right now. He's losing more and more work.
Yeah.
I guess I go Kyle Pitts and hope for like 50 and a touch or something. Whereas I don't know if Pollard's going to get that. Could. I mean, we've seen things like that before where we think, oh, it's going to go to Spears, and all of a sudden Pollard has 2 touchdowns and 80 yards. I mean, it could happen at any moment. I guess Pollard might be safer, assuming he plays and everything's good health-wise.
So, I mean, the Patriots give up the 3rd most fantasy points to tight ends right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I'm going to say Pitts, but I don't hate the Pollard take. All right. Start Hendy or Sonny Boy from down the block. Husseini, thank you for the $5 hauler. We're going to start Hendy. We're going to do it live. I just hope that Vrabel and Mikey don't mess this up, man. I don't know. I don't see how they trust. If it's all about trust with them in the offense, how do they trust Dearness Johnson, who couldn't possibly know the playbook? You know, how do they trust Jennings? He couldn't possibly know the playbook, the protections. It's all about Drake May at this point. And everybody, there's a lot of lazy bum comments out there that are like, "Oh, but he doesn't know pass protection." What a lazy take. Has he messed up in this offense pass blocking for this team? Yes. As he's learning it, needs to know where he needs to be on the field. But when people say he doesn't know how to pass protect, that's a casual take. That's a casual making the statement. Because he's one of the best pass blocking running backs in the draft class, period. It's weird to me when people are like, he can't pass protect. What do you get your information? Do you watch the day of college football in your life?
No, and they listen to crappy beat writers. Like, there's some beat writers who are good and others who are just complete crap. And that was a narrative after the first couple of games. Was like, oh, he can't pass protect, is a huge problem. Where other ones were like, oh no, he missed on a couple. It's something they're going to work on. He's learning the playbook. You know, because it's different protections you want. You know.
Yeah. Hey, Caps ain't lying. He says it's almost 1 a.m. again. the time zone. It's almost 1 a.m. again. What in the hell's going on? What's going on? All right. Anything else, gentlemen? I'm probably going to close the phone line down and then finish up any.
Oh, Ron, what do you think? Olave or MHJ tomorrow? Olave with the new quarterback, MHJ versus the Cowboys.
I'd almost say MSJ versus the Cowboys because the Cowboys defense stinks.
Yeah, that's what we were saying earlier. And then
that's shocked that No, Travis. I mean, I'm not. I thought your trade offer was funny and stuff, and I wasn't even. I just wanted to be funny back and call in and get Smitty to play that clip.
Oh, I'm good.
I thought you meant play.
I'll learn about it.
All right, Ron, appreciate you. See you in the morning, potentially. I don't know if you're ever on the morning show, but...
Yeah, I am, but you're really busy on the morning shows, so I just sit back and I watch.
That's true. That's true. That's
constantly.
Correct. Yeah.
So, yeah. You don't really take calls in the morning shows.
Yeah, I don't have time. All right, Ron. We'll see you tomorrow.
No. All right. Later.
On the Patreon as well. Later. Those of you not on the Patreon, 24/7 live chat group, you want to see Ron's in there. He'll be complaining about the refs by about the first quarter, right, Ron? About the first quarter of the games tomorrow. It's all rigged, you sons of. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, they ain't doing themselves no favors, Smitty. They're not doing themselves no favor. Even the Thursday night game, they didn't do.
Yeah, but they're just bad though. Nothing was rigged. They were just horrible. They were just bad refs. I had nothing to do with rigging though. I'm like, God, see, it's rigged. It's like, no, they were screwing up on both sides. They were awful. All right. Agreed, though.
Yeah, they were. All right, later.
All right, later. Almost 1 a.m. again. Thank you. And then start 2, Hendy Dowdle. Also start 1, JJ Rome. I can't sit JJ. That's just a ridiculous question to me. Not your question's ridiculous or you are, but just like that in my mind, I can't even fathom sitting JJ. Not that Rome can outscore him, but it's just, you're playing an odds game. Start 2, ETN, Hendy, Dowdle. I'm probably starting, I would say Hendy and ETN, but you're not crazy to go Dowdle over Hendy if you just wanted to start the most secure carry volume getters until Hendy can prove it, which he's going to maybe prove this game, maybe not. It's funny when you look back on a few offers, like I really made that offer. Or when you look at something you turned down, if you go look at your offers and you look at the ones you turned down, sometimes you're like, wow, I should have taken that one.
I've had those.
That happens all the time, too. All right, Travis, anything else?
Yeah, so this kind of a crappy question, but Parker Washington, Io Manor, and Matthew Golden. How would you rank those three, like, right now?
Parker Washington, Matthew Golden, and Ao Manor. What did Ao do last week?
Yeah, 8 targets, 4 for 52. I think with him, if Ridley gets dealt, might have a little something.
Well, I mean, Ridley's.
He's been out though. So.
Yeah, I mean, he's not playing this week either, right?
He's been getting
so, yeah, he's not playing either. So
no, I think they're gonna trade him.
But for this week though, he's out. So I probably say Ao by a hair, just by a hair.
And same with the rest of the season, I think.
We'll have to see. Maybe Golden
Washington
going, but I'd say Ao.
Yeah, Parker Washington's so hard to gauge. Like, he's not an elite talent, obviously, but are they just gonna, like, last game he got 10 targets.
All right, Travis. Yeah.
He's just like a fill-in flex for you, Parker Washington.
I don't know. I mean, if you wanted to argue Parker Washington over Ao, I'm fine with it. I mean, he's pretty solid. He's pretty good.
All right. Thanks, Smitty.
Chat, vote on that one. Ao Manor or Parker Washington? Honestly, if the chat was overwhelmingly Parker, I easily could just say defer to the chat.
Yeah,
I
was just curious. Yeah, I don't really know what to make of it.
I wish I felt a lean, but I kind
of
just forcing it. It's like eating broccoli without a bunch of cheese on it. Okay. Ao. Yep. I like saying it more too. That's kind of biased.
I know.
Oh. Let's see what the chat says on it. All right, Travis, we'll see you in the morning. Or I'll see you on Patreon, probably.
Yeah, thanks, Smitty.
All right, later. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I'll be on. Later.
Phone line is closed, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry about that. Pick one not to start Ferguson. Pick one not to start, okay? Let's put probably Booty, I guess. Booty or Ferguson, I'm not sitting those other guys. But I'd probably say, I guess I'd say Booty. And I like him this week, but J-Mo, Marv, Ferguson, Kelsey, Kenneth Walker, Sharps to fill a wide receiver spot and tight end spot and 2 flex spots. No clue what to do. Have Hurts, JT. Okay. So 1 wide receiver spot a tight end spot and 2 flex spots. So 1 wide receiver and a tight end. So we're going to go JMO. I have a gut feeling, man. But you trust your gut. JMO and then probably, I don't know, Kelsey or Ferguson. Chat, can we vote on Kelsey or Ferguson, please? Kelsey or Ferguson? I mean, Kelsey looked great last week, but you're always a little worried about it. And then Fergie's been amazing, but now that Lamb's back, we don't know what he's really going to do. Because Fergie didn't, I mean, last week he just didn't have anything. He had 1 target. I don't know. I'd probably say if it's me, it's an Arizona matchup. It's pretty damn good. I guess I would lean Ferguson. I'd go JMO Ferguson. And then your 2 flex spots would be I guess you just put Kelsey in as one of the flex spots. You go Kelsey Charbonnet or Kelsey MHJ. Can you guys vote on this one? Kelsey, Charbonnet, MHJ, pick 2. Kelsey and Walker. Kelsey, Walker, Charbonnet, Marv, pick 2. Kelsey, Walker, Charbonnet, Marvin. Pick 2, please. I appreciate that. We got to help Mahmoud out. Mahmoud is a tough call. It's a real tough call. I guess I lean Kelsey and MHJ. I want to say Walker Shards, but that's a hard situation to predict. DK or JCM. I go with the hot hand and DK. He's been doing really well, and he's a number 1 in Tennessee right now. Sharbs and Marvin Sharbs. I'm kind of on the I guess safety, Kelsey and Marv. And if you want to go high risk, high reward, sit Kelsey, go Sharbs or Walker, either one, but I'd probably go Sharbs because of the touchdowns. Assuming Bucky is 100% go after the bye week, would you rather have Bucky, Amon-Ra, or CD or Achane? I would rather have CD, Achane, Amon-Ra, Bucky in that order. It's not a knock on Bucky. It's just, it's just the ranking right now. Start Burchard or Harvey. Probably Harvey. Burchard could be good, but I'm definitely not going to lose any sleep if I don't put Burchard in and he goes crazy. I would lose sleep if Harvey had another hat trick. You didn't have him in there. Harvey, JCM. I'm starting Harvey. MHJ Kelsey. Yeah, I kind of like the MHJ Kelsey. Hunt, Addison, ETN. ETN. Anything can happen. Brissett or T-Law or Knicks. Probably Knicks, but I like Brissett a little bit this week. Casey and Bills always epic games. Give me players this week. Yeah. Yep. Thank you for the super chats, everyone. Thank you for the calls. Thank you for all the support. Hendy, hopefully to the moon. Let's do it one more time for we'll probably hit it tomorrow morning too. Appreciate all of you. Don't forget to get on over to the live chat Patreon 24/7 365 live chat group. I believe that's pinned. No, it's not pinned. The Underdog link is pinned. That's the Patreon link. I'm going to pin that on the way out the door. $10 a month, cancel anytime. Be a part of a 24/7 live chat group. Cancel anytime. Here's the details on that. $10 a month, cancel anytime. Patreon.com/thefantasyfootballshow, or just click the link that I dropped. And don't forget to get on over to Underdog. Play 5, get 100 on Underdog. That link is pinned was pinned in the live chat. I'll drop that link fresh. It's in the description of the video. It just got dropped right there in the live chat. Code Smitty also gets it done. And make sure you get on over to the Patreon. It's the one place to get advice all night long. Tomorrow, there's always somebody lingering on there. One flex, Charbonnet, Bam Knight, Pitts, Harvey. I'm going to probably go with Harvey here for safety. I could go Sharps for safety. I could go Harvey for high risk, high reward, but I'd probably say Sharps for safety. And then the last super chat here, $20 hauler from Stoney, doing it live. Stoney, a boy.
Alert. Super chat alert.
A boy. 6th and 2. 10-man PPR redraft. Allen, JT, Hendy, Jettas, MHJ, Kittle, Kelsey, Eagles D, Aubrey, bench, Kamara, Igbuka, Monty, Richard. I can't trade Kamara plus MHJ for anyone. Help. Who else do I trade? I mean, yeah, that would be the most ideal trade to make. If you can't make that trade, I don't think there's much to do, bro. I'll be honest with you. If you can't make that trade, you can't sell that. I mean, Monty, I'd throw Monty in if I needed to, but there's nothing else I want you to sell. Monty, Kamara, MHJ is the only thing. Adams, MHJ, Kamara, Monty for Nico, for Buka. I know you're saying you can't, but this is the only thing I want you to trade. I don't want you to trade. You could trade Kittle. How about Kittle and MHJ? How about you go rogue at tight end a little bit? Why don't you go looking at Fannin or go to the Fannin owner, see if you can trade into his bye week and just you'll eat the bye week. But bro, I there's a chance Kittle goes crazy. There's a chance that they make him block all year long. You know. So I will probably say Kittle and Monty, Kittle and MHJ, Kittle and Kamara can get you something you haven't tried yet. So try using Kittle, even if it's Kamara, MHJ, and Kittle for Nico, and you get Fannin, you know, Buka, and you get you got Buka, JJ alone, London bye week free, and you get Fannin. Other than that, I don't trade a single thing you have. Oh, Jetta's you already got. Jetta, I don't trade Jettas. I don't trade JT. I don't trade Josh Allen. I don't trade Hendy. I don't trade Rice. I love this team. This team is 6-2 for a reason. So just keep trying that package, bro. Throw Kittle in, see what you can get. Even if you move Kittle into Bowers using MHJ or Monty or, you know what I mean? Have you ever tried that? That's a move you might be able to pull off. I love the idea of getting Bowers. You get Bowers in that team, they might as well give you half the money now, start over, redraft, and enjoy the rest of the season versus battling up against that team week in and week out. All right, I'm going to hit the button one more time. Here's the link again, Underdog, play 5, get 5 on Underdog. Do these hires that I got on screen. Hires, lowers, play a draft. You can draft a week 9 team right now on Underdog. These are the hires on Underdog, 32.5. I love that one for Marks. I like this one for Hendy, 55.5. I love Dowdle's 54 despite the matchup. But what I really like, what I really enjoy are these. Where is this at? I think I got it here somewhere. And thank you for that $20 hauler, my boy. I think I got it here somewhere. Here it is. These are the touchdowns, the anytime rushing receiving touchdowns, by the way. So Josh Allen doesn't get a passing touchdown. These are rushing receiving anytimes. Rice, Josh Allen, Gibbs, Tyler Warren, Henderson, Bijan, Dowdle, and Jamar Chase. You don't have to put them all on one like I did, but if you do, $10 pays, or it did, it could be slightly different for you depending on the numbers, but $10 pays $1,084 if you get it all right. So that's fantastic. That's all on Underdog. Promo code Smitty. The link is being dropped one more time in the live chat. The link is in the description. Code Smitty gets it done as well. Don't forget the Patreon. That link is pinned in the live chat. The link's in the description. It's patreon.com/the Fantasy Football Show. And one more time, here it is.
Taking it to the house every time he touches the football, baby. Taking it to the house every time he touches the football, baby.
Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday through Friday. Live whenever big news breaks, and live at midnight Eastern almost every single night. 600 of you on YouTube still in the building. Hit that thumb up button on the way out the door. Appreciate you all. See you all tomorrow morning. Actually, see you all, for a lot of you, this morning, later. I'll be live 2 hours before. Hold on one second. I'll be live 2 hours before kickoff in the morning. I'm pretty much live always 2 hours before kickoff. So if the games kick off at what, 2? What is it, 2 or 1? Is it 1 or 2 Eastern? Whatever it is for you guys. For me, it's 11 a.m. now. But that means I'm live 2 hours before those morning games kick off. We'll be on the Patreon throughout the whole day. So we're live throughout the entire day on there, play-by-play. It's just talking, chatting it up. But I'll be live 2 hours before kickoff, answering start bench questions. See you all in the morning, 2 hours before kickoff. Deuce.